Tonight, the city of Portland saw another round of shootings this weekend and more lives lost. 2 people died as a result. This map shows the shootings that have taken place in Portland since just Thursday. We also know that neighborhood patrols have been reduced, and now the Portland Police Bureau is announcing a new team dedicated to gun violence investigations. Our Fox 12 Sarah Hurwitz is in Northeast Portland with much more on this and an update on that team's work.
You can still see the bullet hole and the evidence marker here on this building. This is off of Northeast 66th Avenue. It's where a shooting happened on Thursday night and 1 person died. We did talk with 2 women who witnessed that shooting. Now, I also spoke with a lieutenant within the Portland Police Bureau. He says that this new team that was created, it will help with investigations like this, but because of the workload, this won't happen overnight.
Here's where it went through my front door.
A bullet flying through her house, hitting her radiator. Terrifying for this woman and her daughter who were inside their apartment at the time. For safety, we are not showing them on camera.
It definitely left some sort of trauma with me.
The daughter says she heard what sounded like gunshots Thursday night, came out into the hallway and found a woman lying there who appeared to have been shot.
We gave her one of my body pillows to give her something to kind of relax onto, and we just kind of stayed there with her and called 911.
From Thursday through Sunday, there were a dozen shooting calls in the city. Lieutenant Pashley with the Portland Police Bureau says the enhanced community safety team, which was just formed a week ago, will have an impact on investigations like these. But it's a balancing act with the increased workload and limited staffing resources.
Now, will we see some easy to measure decline in the number of shootings, immediately now that they've been out for a week or so? Probably not. That's something that'll take time.
The team is composed of 3 sergeants, 12 officers, and 6 detectives who investigate Portland shootings and can respond 24/7.
That sergeant on our new team basically triages, listens for what do you have there? What kind of evidence is there? Has a person been shot? Are there witnesses on the scene who we can talk to? And so the sergeant has to decide whether that on-call team will respond, because unfortunately, we're in the situation where there's a lot of shootings. And so they really are trying to pick and follow up on cases where there's actionable information.
The team, PPB says, is investigation focused, but we've continued to hear concerns from the community about what's being done on the front end with outreach. Lieutenant Pashley acknowledges that a formal prevention effort does not exist right now within the Bureau, but he does say that this team will be able to form some relationships.
It's maybe not like they would if they were out and about every day, but they will start to, unfortunately, see some of the same people, see some of the same friends and relatives of victims. And so they do cultivate those relationships with victims, and that should help in some way their investigations.
And just a couple of doors down, we noticed this memorial. This is in honor of all of the victims of gun violence. As for Lieutenant Pashley, he says that the Bureau is stretched thin. This is hard on all of the teams within the Bureau, but they're trying to do the best work that they can for the community. Those 2 women that we also spoke with in this neighborhood, they say this is a community effort. It really needs to be all hands on deck to try to stop this gun violence issue. And we're already starting to see that with a number of different organizations that are stepping up. In Northeast Portland, Sarah Hurwitz, Fox 12 Oregon.